Hey everyone, my name is Janet. Now let's dim the lights.
Oh, the horror!
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel where we talk about all things spooky, uninviting, and downright horrific. As usual, I do not take myself seriously. I hope that you don't either. I'm just here to provide lighthearted, digestible reviews, and if you are looking for something a little bit more straightforward, there are YouTube channels that do that. I'm just not one of them. Welcome to a special late night edition of Oh the Horror, which is basically just the same as it is during the daytime, except I have this very dramatic lighting on me right now, and I got a drink in my hand. At the time that I'm releasing this, I will actually be doing a little tour of the East Coast. We'll be in New York and Miami for a couple of weeks. So in the meantime, I'm going to share a review of a film that came out a couple of months ago, actually. You know I love sharing foreign films with you guys, for those of you who don't exactly know how or where to find them. And today I will be reviewing Shinzo Katayama's Missing, originally titled Sagasu. This film is a Japanese mystery thriller, both written and directed by Katayama. Missing is the story of a man, Harada, and his young daughter Kaede following the recent passing of his wife. After losing his way and falling into depression, debt, and alcoholism, Harada insists he knows the whereabouts of an infamous serial killer who happens to have a large bounty on his head. Not long after he tells Kaede, Harada mysteriously disappears, and Kaede delves into action to find out what happened to her father. Before I get into it, I have a bit of a disclaimer. The first 30 or 40 minutes of this film are pretty dull. They don't really feel like a mystery, a thriller, and definitely not a horror movie, but I promise that as predictable as the beginning of this film feels, it does get pretty crazy. For a minute, I was almost ready to give up on the film and this review entirely because I thought I'd have nothing to talk about. But as we progress towards the back end of the film, shit hit the fan. If you've seen the movie Memento, which I admittedly haven't in a very long time, so I really hope my memory serves me correctly here, but it feels very much the same. Both the characters and the audience are trying to piece together a puzzle. Missing is very much a movie for its audience. We, more than the characters themselves, are meant to be the ones kind of figuring out what is really going on and reading between the lines. The film walks us through a series of events that take place over the course of a few days, and then it doubles back and it shows us another side to the story. And I really think that it teaches us a lesson that nothing is really ever as it seems to the naked, unsuspecting eye. This film was oddly reminiscent of that movie Glass Onion that came out a few weeks ago. It was obviously much darker in a lot of ways because, you know, us Asians love to take it there. But it was very similar in the sense that as soon as you know what's actually going on, if you were to rewatch the movie from front to back again, you could actually see that the clues were there all along. However, despite the retrospective clues, this film very much uses, and some might argue abuses, the narrative device of plot twists to keep us on our toes. Missing had more twists and turns than a corn maze, and that is the Midwestern in me coming out, most of which were stacked up right at the end of the film. If you were to take a look at my notes while I was watching this film, there was a point where I started typing in all caps because I just could not believe the audacity of Katayama to be throwing in so many plot twists. I personally found this all very thrilling. I did read some reviews that criticized the film for tying itself up in a bunch of plot knots. Say that 10 times fast. And I don't completely disagree. The film did kind of lose focus towards the end, and in retrospect, it did feel like the first hour of the film was kind of a useless killing of time to get to the last 30 minutes of the film. Something that Missing excels in, that most of my favorite Asian films do, is the ability to genre bend. Yes, I would categorize this as a mystery if I had to choose, but honestly, there were so many heart-wrenchingly sad moments, there were at times comedic moments, and of course there were terrifying moments. It's kind of incredible the moments that were juxtaposed together. There is one in particular that I'm thinking of right now that I cannot really go into detail about without giving out any spoilers, but let's just say that the film prefaced a very sad, tear-jerking moment with a scene that involved jerking of an entirely different type. Very Dahmer-esque, I'll put it like that. Overall, Missing was a lot of fun to watch. Again, you do have to stick it out for the first 40 minutes. It is very slow in the beginning, but it does get super fun and you get really involved in the film. I would give this one a 6 out of 10, and it just lost some points because it was pretty slow for most of the film, but it got my heart racing and my brain juices flowing, and that's really all I can ask for. Missing is available on VOD. That's it for me today. I know that I'm recording this in advance, but I'm sure at this point in my journey, I'm so excited to get home and back to the theaters. If you've stuck around this long, thank you for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe if you liked it and you want to subscribe to it. See you next time.